Yo, what's up everyone? Abigor here today. I'm back with another banging video. So, I'm about to cut the IWC Glazers with all my facts because I'm going to tell you guys why Roman Reigns was the best member out of the Shield. Why he's so much better than Seth Rollins and John Moxley now. So, yeah, let's get straight to this stuff. So, first things first, bro. He's the biggest draw out of the group. This should be an obvious thing, bro. You know, when people go to shows and when people turn on their TV, Roman is there, and people want to see that, bro. He has the star power and the momentum. You know, he really is the biggest draw. You know, he has the storyline, he has the build, he has the charisma, he has everything, bro. What does Seth Rollins have? Right now, Seth Rollins just a goofy character that just wears, now I'm saying, wears his wife's clothes. And Seth is not really that big of a draw. I mean, I guess he is a little bit of a draw, but he's not a big draw to Roman, bro. Let's be for real. As for John Moxley, bro, I should really have to get on his case because John Moxley is just, you know what I'm saying, risking his life every single match. So, you know what I'm saying, I don't really know what to talk about there. But yeah, man. Second thing, Roman has had more memorable feuds at more memorable times than both of these guys. No, for Seth Rollins, all he really has to, you know what I'm saying, back off of was his heist of the century when he cashed in at WrestleMania. Obviously, that's his biggest moment, and obviously is one of the biggest moments in wrestling history. But what other big moments has Seth Rollins had? What has he had? No, you could say Royal Rumble, I guess. You could say WrestleMania 35, I guess. You could say him being the world heavyweight champion, I guess, the inaugural modern one. But even though there are good moments, there are already big moments that define, you know what I'm saying, wrestling, bro. Because when Seth Rollins was Universal Champion, you know, the ratings was worse than it's ever been. You know what I'm saying? With him and Kofi being the champion. Because Seth Rollins as a champion, people didn't really care. People didn't really care about him being a world champion. So, now I'm saying, for him to be a champion, doesn't really add out. As for John Moxley being a world champion, I mean, what has he really done this side of the ring besides bury people? Know what I'm saying? Because he beat Orange Cassidy, he beat Brian Danielson, he beat Cope, he beat Slave Strickland. Like, who else is he gonna bury? Who else? But Roman though, and I'm saying, Roman obviously his biggest highlight was his 1,316 day reign. Him being champion for 3.5 years. And we had a lot of good moments in that one reign alone. Now I'm saying his feud with Drew, his feud with Cody. Now I'm saying the triple threat match at WrestleMania 37, his feud with Brock. Now I'm saying I could keep going, Doug. I could really keep going. Oh yeah, his feud with Kevin Owens. But that's what Roman has, Doug. That's what Roman has right there. For all those moments for him being a champion. Because when he's a champion, people wants to see that, bro. People wants to see that. Know what I'm saying? But let's get into the next thing. Know what I'm saying? The next thing is he has never complained about his booking ever. He's never complained about his booking. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know if John Moxley really complained about his booking like that, but we know for sure Seth Rollins did because he wanted to go on podcasts and try to complain how, you know what I'm saying, when Roman was a champion, you know what I'm saying, and basically just complained about the position that Roman was in and talking about how it wasn't fair. Because y'all know the only reason why that World Heavyweight title is here is because of Seth Rollins, because he basically just cried for that title. But that's the thing, though, bro, because they wasn't about to take the belt off of Roman for you, bro. It was not, because they saw who the real star was. They saw who had the real momentum, bro. Like, you going around wearing these goofy outfits every single week is not you having star power. So what's even, you know what I'm saying, real me and butters in that? So yeah. Anyways, um, the next reason, or it could be the final reason, is Roman has the biggest advantage of becoming a bigger star later on in his career after wrestling. Because Roman, he could go into Hollywood, he could do it as movies, you know what I'm saying? Because movies are bigger than wrestling. And he could become a bigger star there. And people will recognize him everywhere. I mean, people already recognize him, you know what I'm saying, in some places. Some people already know him. But he'll become a way bigger star. And he has the potential to become, like, at the Rock's level. I'm not saying he'll probably be at that level, but somewhere near that level, or even for the John Cena stuff. No, what's John Moxley and Seth Rollins going to do to keep their momentum up after wrestling, bro? What are you going to do? Because they're not known in the mainstream. They're only known in wrestling. Roman Reigns is mainstream. People know him in the mainstream. That's why he does all these interviews. That's why people want him on his talk shows. That's why people want him to do this and do that. Because Roman Reigns is a big star. John Moxley and Seth Rollins are not really that big of a deal. Yeah, they're cool, I guess. But if you want to talk about who's the biggest star here, it's Roman, and it's no doubt. No doubt about it. But yeah, man, that's the reasons why Roman is the best out of the Shield. Now I'm saying, comment down below what y'all think about this topic as always. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.